This is Logical MGTOW. Here's a new topic. For some time now, many of us MGTOW brothers have noticed a particular feminist by the name of Katie Emmerson. Kati Emerson. She made a video and posted it. Let's see, what was it? Around 2018 of July 18th, because she didn't like what a particular female sister in her church wrote an article on when it came to men like debt-free virgins. And I'll post the link to that particular video below in the comment in the description. The basic fact is that what she doesn't realize, even if she's a feminist Me Too follower and member and believer, is that if she thinks that she can get guys to be subservient and do what she wants, and where guys can marry her and she still has more say so than men, then she's more than mistaken. Because as I said in my video earlier today, that the basic fact is that the ERA and the Me Too movement of today, I mean, of course the Me Too movement and the feminist movement of today are illogical. The basic fact is that women have been liberated in the 1970s by the ERA, even after and before the ERA put in a bill to be passed, which was known as the Equal Rights Amendment. Thereby, also, the women do not need to be liberated for the second time. It's only a one-time deal. And the basic fact is also is that women like Katie Emerson, want guys to give what they want, what the woman wants, on the woman's timeline instead of being realistic about it. And thereby, guess what? Also, Katie Emerson doesn't realize that she sins for judging a person, no matter what the person may stand by, even spiritually, and believes even spiritually and within their own rights and freedoms to believe. Thereby, also, Katie Emerson may have beliefs, but you don't see anybody else going against her belief. But yet, she thinks it's okay to go against another female's or male's belief. It doesn't matter. Guess what? Katie Emerson will go into the pits of hell if she keeps on doing that type of shit. And in that base, with women like Katie Emerson, here's one thing I would say to start with, and it's an Elton John song, which is basically, I'm gonna only sing some parts of it, which is turn him on, turn him on, turn on those sad songs when all is gone. Just sit down and turn it on, yeah. Turn it on, turn on those sad songs. You liberal, you stupid feminist Me Too movement bitch. The basic fact is that women have wanted things to go their own way and be coddled by their man, because they were coddled and given and basically spoiled by their fathers and grandparents. Here's one thing, ladies. You women need to realize the aspect of being coddled and spoiled in the child sense only so far. You cannot expect a person outside the circle of your family circle to repeat the same thing because you expect it to, because that doesn't work that way in reality. The basic fact is that Katie Emerson and women like Katie Emerson that are also feminist and Me Too followers and believers and members, you are going against the Bible. You are going against the Constitution of man's rights. At current, as I've mentioned in today's CRPHA Humanitarian Advocate video, that the ERA was the only one of the feminist movements that was in the 1970s before the Equal Rights Amendment bill they were the only logical ones. But the current feminist movement and the current Me Too movement, not logical. They're crossing lines they should not be crossing, especially when it comes to the spiritual aspect, of even within the base of humanity itself, as well as when it comes to the man's rights. And if women in the feminist movement, of the current feminist movement, and the current Me Too movement claim that men and women are equal. No, we're not, you stupid little bitch. In the spiritual sense, as I said today in my advocate video of CRPHA, yes, we are spiritually. But it's been tried more than one time in the base of humanity, and it has not worked one iota. It keeps on losing balance. And so basically people have given up on that crap. But yet you feminists of today and the Me Too movement of today want to retry that shit again? You're wasting time and you're wasting your energy and you're wasting your breath, because in only one way, we will always be equal, both males and females. And it's not you in the base of humanity and be that man and womankind equally. No. Spiritually, yes. But other than that, that's as far as it goes. And Katie Emerson, you need to realize you need to understand logic. The basic fact is that if the woman, being one of your church sisters, writes something that you may not agree with, you have no right on God's green earth to judge her and be all emotional and teary-eyed about it. Oh, I can't believe this woman, another female in the base of femininity. Oh, I can't believe she said this in this article. Oh, guess what? Maybe she said it because it's the truth. Basically, it would be because we men don't want to be responsible for your debts. We men are not responsible for paying for your debts. We men are not going to be responsible because you have a spending habit that goes to the point to where you end up having to claim and declare bankruptcy. We men have a right to not be subjected to that, in the sense of you women to get us subservient to that aspect of saying, oh, I love you, and then you suddenly, when you don't like what you see and how you feel, especially when it comes to your indecisiveness emotionally and psychologically, you monkey branch over to another guy expecting to get what you want on your timeline, when basically it's not realistic, nor is it logical, and nor is it even spiritually positive, and nor is it spiritually likely to happen, regardless of how many times you monkey branch over to any number of men. Thereby, also, you're going against the Bible by doing that, especially. You want sexual freedom on top of that? Katie Emerson, you fucking feminist Me Too movement follower and believer and member, possibly, you don't have any. Because the sexual playground has been more than deadly, more than you will ever realize. And unless you want to live long, you better fucking watch your P's and Q's, especially. You cannot judge anybody. And if the more you think you can assume the negative crap, even against your own gender, even against your own church member, you will be going to the pits of hell. And I'm gonna say also, before I go on, to Dos Gags, the MGTOW brother with the white hat. Welcome to the MGTOW manosphere, brother. And anyways, Katie Emerson, basic fact is that, as I said, spiritually, men and women will always be equal. And men and women in the base of humanity will never be equal. Thereby also, you, Katie Emerson, cannot whimper and moan and bitch and all get all frantic and all this shit over one human being who has a right to say and publish what they feel and how they feel. You cannot do that, because you do that, you're going against the agency of a person. You're going against the freedom and rights of a person, and I will not stand for that. I stand for human rights within the Constitution and spiritually in this country to start with. So Katie Emerson, even though you made that video in 2018, you need to realize you will be completely single for the rest of your life if you think that you can quickly, without question, judge and be 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 forgiven for doing that shit. Because guess what? Even if you repent and you keep on doing the negative, even sinful shit, and you think you don't have to repent because you've already repented one time, it doesn't work that way, even spiritually. Women are not perfect creatures. Just because even after they repent one time every separate year or every separate month, and then continuously do shit that's negative and sinful, even against the guy that they claim to love and everything, and they want to like picket fences and big White House and children and all this fucking make believe crap, which basically they want it on their timeline instead of being realistic about it. They want men to take care of the woman's financial debts and and their high priced bullshit. You want people to be married to debt type virgins or debt women that claim to be virgins but are not really logically and realistically. Katie Emerson, you're living in a fucking fantasy. All women like that are living in a fucking fantasy. Yes, there's been maybe a small to moderate number of men that have married women, even women that have gotten in themselves in debt even before marriage, and even before they met the simp. Okay, but the basic fact is that those men have learned their lesson, never to fucking make that same mistake again. But yet, it sometimes for certain other men, it may take some time to wonder if they did anything wrong. And I can tell you, men that have gone through that same thing, you do not want to repeat the same thing because eventually it will cost you dearly more than it will the woman, because the woman has the leverage of the courts. Even if you men have won a number of divorce cases against women, and it doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter which woman it may have been, as the old saying goes, reality and the base of, shall we say, other aspects can bite you in the ass when you least expect it. And it's the same thing can happen to women, though. And women need to realize, I don't care if you think that you only have to pray one little time when we're planned, only one time. But every other time you do negative shit and simple bullshit, even against the male, even in marriage, that you'll be automatically forgiven. That's a load of shit. If you, even those women who do this type of shit, claim to be, oh, so godly, so spiritual, yet they turn around when they're not in the building of the church or even around other church members, that they do sinful shit and think they're going to be forgiven just because they went to church and just because they took the sacrament or just because of anything else in the aspect of spirituality. You're fucking nuts. Even as an advocate, I will always speak the truth. I don't care if you agree with it, ladies, or not. I don't care if you agree with it, you blue-pilled fucking simps, or not. I will never redirect my truths just to benefit your little mindset. So if you don't like it, you might as well go to the points what Elton John says, when all hope is gone, just sit down and turn it on. And turn 'em on, turn 'em on, turn on those sad songs. That's the truth, and deal with it. Mm. So, Katie Emerson, if you want to try to do a roast against me, be my guest, because I can easily relent and do the same thing, but I can do it in such of a spiritual sense that you will not be able to get away with it because I am much smarter than you, Katie Emerson, who ranted and raved and bitched and moaned on a video made in 2018 of July 18th. Have fun being single for the rest of your natural life, Katie Emerson, because that's exactly what's going to happen the way you've been acting. And it will happen to many other feminist bitches and many other Me Too movement little bitches members and followers. So eat that cake and you'll hate it because it'll taste fucking shit as sour, way more than sour. It'll taste like shit. But guess what? That's the only type of fucking metaphorical cake you'll be able to eat because you'll be single for the rest of your life, and you'll be fucking gaining fucking weight as you gradually about to hit that damn wall. Have fun. This is Logical MGTOW. And if any Logical MGTOW member wants to join my page on Facebook of Logical MGTOW and Logical MGTOW Spock, and or want to join in the aspect of advocating for your community and in the United States as well and your state, let me know on both my CRPHA Humanitarian Advocate page and also my Logical MGTOW pages. Have a good day and stay strong. Stay MGTOW for life.